Socrates was an ancient Greek philosopher whose way of life, character, and thought exerted a profound influence, one of the three greatest figures of the ancient period of Western philosophy. The others were Plato and Aristotle, who lived in Athens in the 5th century BCE. The end of life is to be like God, and the soul following God will be like him. The poets are only the interpreters of the gods. Beauty is the bait, which with delight allures man to enlarge his kind. One who is injured ought not to return the injury, for on no account can it be right to do an injustice, and it is not right to return an injury or to do evil to any man, however much we have suffered from him. If a man is proud of his wealth, he should not be praised until it is known how he employs it. From the deepest desires often come the deadliest hate. He is a man of courage who does not run away, but remains at his post and fights against the enemy. No evil can happen to a good man, either in life or after death. He and his are not neglected by the gods. I was really too honest a man to be a politician and live. I know nothing except the fact of my ignorance. The way to gain a good reputation is to endeavor to be what you desire to appear. Where there is reverence, there is fear. But there is not reverence everywhere that there is fear, because fear, presumably, has a wider extension than reverence. As to marriage or celibacy, let a man take which course he will be sure to repent. It is not living that matters, but living rightly. Not life, but good life, is to be chiefly valued. Worthless people live only to eat and drink. People of worth eat and drink only to live. Be as you wish to seem. I decided that it was not wisdom that enabled poets to write their poetry, but a kind of instinct or inspiration, such as you find in seers and prophets, who deliver all their sublime messages without knowing in the least what they mean. Be slow to fall into friendship, but when thou art in, continue firm and constant. Employ your time in improving yourself by other men's writings, so that you shall gain easily what others have labored hard for. Ordinary people seem not to realize that those who really apply themselves in the right way to philosophy are directly, and of their own accord, preparing themselves for dying and death. Our prayers should be for blessings in general, for God knows best what is good for us. If all misfortunes were laid in one common heap, whence everyone must take an equal portion, most people would be contented to take their own and depart. Beware the barrenness of a busy life. Beauty is a short-lived tyranny. Death may be the greatest of all human blessings. The greatest way to live with honor in this world is to be what we pretend to be. Wonder is the feeling of a philosopher, and philosophy begins in wonder. Awareness of ignorance is the beginning of wisdom. Falling down is not a failure. Failure comes when you stay where you have fallen. The secret of happiness, you see, is not found in seeking more, but in developing the capacity to enjoy less. He who is not contented with what he has would not be contented with what he would like to have. Remember that there is nothing stable in human affairs. Therefore avoid undue elation in prosperity or undue depression in adversity. There is only one good, knowledge, and one evil, ignorance. He is richest who is content with the least, for content is the wealth of nature. By all means marry. If you get a good wife, you'll become happy. If you get a bad one, you'll become a philosopher. True wisdom comes to each of us when we realize how little we understand about life, ourselves, and the world around us.